Alright guys, so this week we talked about the post-pioneer Gilded Age, which lasted from 1870 to 1900s. As you see, my first topic will be Henry Ford. For inventions, he built a small farm locomotive, which was a tractor that used an old mowing machine for its chassis and homemade steam engine for power. The Ford Motor Company, he hired people who were handicapped to work for his Ford Motor Company, which was a great thing, I think, because it provided many jobs for people who otherwise would not be able to have other kinds of jobs. And then for the car, he made a car in 1908, which he called a Model T Ford. And today we know cars with the brand Ford, which were made by him. Next, I have immigration. The non-white people, for that I have in 1790, the U.S. banned non-white people from naturalizing as citizens. This excludes them from voting, owning property, or testifying in court. The Immigration Act of 1924, it limited entry to the U.S. Only Northern and Western Europeans were allowed entry, such as Britain, Ireland, and Germany, and other countries in Central and Eastern Europe were limited entry. And then the Simpson-Mazzoli Act. In 1986, President Ronald Reagan signed into law the Simpson-Mazzoli Act, which granted amnesty to more than 3 million immigrants living illegally in the U.S. So that actually helped a lot of people. And finally, we have our third section, which I have and more. On July 3rd, in 1839, 3 women were granted admission to this so-called normal school which was the first in the nation in Lexington, Massachusetts. The California State Normal School was a teaching college system founded on May 2nd in 1862, which eventually evolved into the San Jose State University and the University of California, Los Angeles, so UCLA. And then finally, the Spanish-American War. This was a conflict between the U.S. and Spain that ended Spain's role as a colonial power in the New World. The U.S. came out of the war as a world power with significant territorial claims stretching from the Caribbean to Southeast Asia. So this wraps up our unit of post-pioneer Gilded Age, which lasted from 1870 to the 1900s.